just enjoying the morning out in the, it's February the 9th, 2025, I'm going back in time. Old Al's getting at my brain. So anyway, just doing here, a bit of musing on things like that. And I was just thinking, now when I was a child, toddler really, I used to live in Thorold Street, 79 I think the number was. And I used to always be playing, at that time, I mean it's not that long after the war, so down the road from Thorold Street, there was some houses had been bombed down, so we'd go on the bomb site. I used to play on there, that was my adventure playground. I used to play on there a lot, digging my toys in the ground, and always digging and think, I don't know why. But I was always solitary on my own, except for one little companion. Name was Simba. Now Simba was a collie dog, and he used to accompany me all over the place, and nobody would touch me with Simba about, because no way would. He was very protective of children, was Simba. Mrs. Cook took a couple of doors away. She was spanking the kids in the alleyway. She got a nip on the behind from some Simba. He wasn't going to have a beating of kids in the alleyway. No way was she going to do that. He was my friend, with Simba. And I'd often go around the corner to Hamilton Street, and there was an old woman called Mrs. Bennett there, and she was a family friend. I used to go down there. She had these little chairs, there were wooden chairs with arms and things like that. And I used to go there and sit there, and she had these marvellous pictures of sailing boats and things like that on the walls, and so it was a fascinating place to me. So I always used to go round there, Mrs. Bennett's. This is long gone now, but just on Thorold Street, across the road in Rutland Street, just on the corner, there was the Pigeon Club where Dad used to go stay in there quite a lot. There was a corner shop there, and Mr. Bell, his name was. I used to go around there, used to get these penny, they were a penny, a bottle of pop. Penny, what were they, a penny? I used to go around there with a bottle of pop, things like that. Nice old man. And so often, because I was always really on my own, but I often used to go onto Harrington Street by the railway lines, and as the steam trains come past with the day trippers from the miners and things used to come to Cleethorpes a lot. They used to wave to them as they came in. They used to wave back and that. And so they used to have these regular day outs, these big black steam trains clanking away down there. But they used to walk down to Fuller Street, the bridge. I used to call it the Sands Bridge. You really know it's Fuller Street Bridge. So I used to just go up the steps and go to. I once made the mistake of trying to wave at the trains that came under the bridge. Well, it's a steam train. Well, that crowd comes out the top of that. Never made that mistake again. So I used to go over to Fuller Street, over the bridge, onto the sands at Fuller Street, and used to play on the sands and the beach there. It was a different time. There was none of the inherent dangers of children being on their own. I mean, there wasn't the cars about and things like that, so I was able to just wander where I wanted, really. I mean, obviously, parents nowadays would be appalled. Oh, what about parental responsibility? Oh, things like that. Well, they didn't think about it those days. I mean, it's just a total different thing. I mean, it's like breastfeeding. It often be, see a woman on a bus, right, it come, feed the kid, turban on the head, feeding the kid. It was natural. It wasn't anything to write home about or squeak about and say, oh, it's disgusting and things like that. Different era, different times, different way of thinking completely. And none of this breast was best. Breast was the only thing you got usually. So there's different times and attitudes. I like all this woke stuff that's about. People didn't think about things like that. Just never entered our heads. Not at all. the first black person I actually saw was when I think it was about 6 or something like that, when Dad moved us over to Wolverhampton, and that's the first black person I ever saw. I never saw a black person in Grimsby. Just didn't exist, except for the coalman or the chimney sweep. Didn't exist at all, you know. And yeah, so there's Aunt Vera. She lived down the 8-foot alley from us, and she poor woman, because Uncle Albert, he was a fisherman, but he was an alcoholic, so she never had anything, because everything they had was sold for drink and things like that. She never had any children and things like that, which poor dear. But as she got older, she lost most of her teeth. She had about one spiky tooth there, and you know. But she had all cats, and she smelled of cats and things like that. Oh dear, poor woman. But she used to have this dog. And I say different times the dog was called Nigger. Now that caused people to go berserk now. Even old Barnes Wallace's dog has been turned to Blackie, but his dog was called Nickers. Not Barnes Wallace, you know, the Dam Busters, what's his name? Guy Gibson, who used to lead the Dam Buster raid outside RAF Scamden and that. You got this stone, but they changed it to Blackie, but the dog's name was Nigger. Dear me. You didn't think about that. Nigger was just Nigger, you know. Had no disparity about it or anything like that. Different times, different way of thinking. Obviously with the woke stuff that's nowadays, it does clash quite a bit, because my way of thinking is not your way of thinking in the 21st century. I'm a mid-20th century man. I'm out of date. So I see humour in things which would turn most youngsters nowadays would be horrified. But I see just humour in it, you know. Different times. Oh dear me. I'm reminiscing. I'm out in Bulgaria now because things have changed, and I'm content out here. I'm out in a village. It is a village, but it's not like it's semi-rural. I mean, there's the main Sofia highway just round the corner from me. There's, you know, everything's like you could say it's a small town in a way, really, or a townlet or something like that. And there's no bar here, worse luck. So I really like that. But by and large, I'm content. I've got this big garden, which is sort of like defeating most of the time. I potter around. I'm making my own solar panel system here, but you know, it's just knocking it together. It's making me content. It's keeping me happy. Anyway, I'll get off now, because obviously the battery on this they're only small batteries. I've been thinking of getting a bigger camera with a longer lasting battery, which lasts a few hours rather than what these do, 10-20 minutes. So, to my family, good and bad, I love you all, always have. Although we've all not exactly gone and seen eye to eye and things, I've still loved you all. So take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Bye bye.